All right, guys, welcome back to another video. Now, in this video, I want to talk about this gentleman out of France, Teodorin Obiang. Now, Teodorin Obiang is the son of Equatorial Guinea's leader, but this is not how I come to know Theodore Obiang. In the past, Theodore Obiang purchased Michael Jackson glittery glove. That's how I first knew who he was, and then I looked into his life and did some research, and I found out, yes, he's the son of Equatorial Guinea's president, and also he's the vice president, and he has a very opulent lifestyle. Now, this opulent lifestyle may have gotten him into some trouble in Europe. So I'm going to go over that story. Now, the son of Equatorial Guinea's leader was due to go on trial for corruption and money laundering on Monday in a landmark case in France. Now, Obiang, the 47-year-old vice president of an oil-rich but impoverished African country, faced an array of legal cases across Europe as authorities on the continent investigate the sources of his vast wealth and uncover new and even more extravagant ways that he spent some of his money. Now, it's also important to note that U.S. officials have forced Obiang to forfeit property after accusing him of shamelessly looting his country in a settlement. Obiang agreed to hand over more than $30 million worth of properties, including a vast villa in Malibu, California, and dozens of luxury cars. Now, Obiang, however, managed to keep his $38 million private jet and his collection of Michael Jackson memorabilia, which includes a crystal studded glove, like I mentioned earlier. And again, that's how I come to know who this guy is. I'm like, okay, who is this guy to able to afford it? Then I started looking into his life. I said, okay, very opulent living kind of guy here. Now, in Europe, Dutch, Swiss, and French authorities have seized property, including Obiang's 76-meter yacht, the Ebony Shine, a mansion in Paris estimated to be worth $200 million. So as you can see, now we're getting to look at getting a snapshot of his living. You can see that he really likes to spend his money. Now, his mansion includes a cinema, spa, hair salon, and sports room. Bathroom tapes were covered in gold leaf, while original paintings by Degas and Renoir hung on the walls. Now, cars seized in Geneva include a Swedish manufactured vehicle worth $2.8 million and a $2 million Bugatti Veyron. Now, French prosecutors allege that Obiang plundered nearly $115 million between 2004 and 2011, when he was the agricultural minister for his father, Theodore Obiang. Ngima, can't say his last name here, but like I said, I'll leave this in the description, who has been in power since 1979. Now, the post, which his father provided to him, gave Obiang control over the lucrative timber industry. Proceeds from a so-called revolutionary tax imposed on wood sales was transferred to his personal accounts, prosecutor alleged. Now, the trial marks a major shift for France, which has long turned a blind eye to corruption, to corrupt African dictators buying Parisian real estate, enjoying spending sprees in the capital or on the Côte d'Azur, or simply fleeing to the country when in difficulty. Now, again, it's important to note here, the policy was seen as part of a wider attempt by France to maintain influence in former colonies, but also in Africa. Equatorial Guinea is a former Spanish colony. Now, Obiang is expected to plead not guilty on charges of laundering the proceeds of corruption, embezzlement, and misuse of public funds. He has always said that he's earned his money legally in his country. One of his lawyers, Emmanuel Marsigny, told agencies in France in a news source. Now, the defendant, who has failed with previous legal efforts to stop the trial, is not expected to attend or serve any sentence if he's convicted. Now, his father, I do know, is one of the longest serving African rulers. Now, his father is also Theodore Obiang. Again, he made his son vice president in June after being reelected with a unusual score of more than 90% of the vote cast. There's a lot of things here going on with this case. I read some of the comments on various news sources just to get an idea of what people thinking about this guy. Now, a lot of people are seeming to think that this is some kind of conspiracy against Obiang for external countries to gain control over some of the resources in New Guinea. This is what a lot of people are thinking. Like I said, I wanted to share this story with you so you can take a look at it, do some research to actually figure out what's going on here. Now, this is not new for this guy to have this kind of opulent lifestyle. This is nothing new. I mean, he's been doing this for years. Why now is they're taking him to court and questioning how he spent his money? It's been noted that in the past, people have turned a blind eye to him. What's going on now, and what's going on in New Guinea for people to want to target him? Now, like I said, I'm not one for conspiracy, so I don't know. I mean, if he's misusing his country funds to actually support his lifestyle, then for me, that's wrong. But, it's worth taking a deeper look into his case to figure out what's going on. But he's gonna go through trial. It's said that he's not expected to get any jail time, so I guess this is an attempt to get some money out of him. I don't know. But like I said, I'm gonna leave this link in the description, and I encourage you to actually do more research into it to figure out what's going on with Teodorin Obiang here. But yeah, I mean, he lives a very opulent lifestyle. He has an estate in Malibu, California. He has property all over the world. So yeah, I mean, he's not the first son of a president to actually do this and misuse funds, if he did misuse funds. But I'll leave that up to your interpretation. But let me know what you think about this story in the comments. And also, please share this story with your family and friends. And feel free to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take care.